And we're here. we,
Hey,
were
y'all.
just, we were just talking about storms for a second, but Brandy's having a storm right now, of course, and I think we're getting ready to have a storm. We're supposed to, anyhow. So there's that.
I told
Hey,
Wayne, I said,
Natalie.
I'm so
Natalie
sick.
just got done having 2 days of rain. There you go. Hi,
I'm so sick
Melly.
of storms. I told Wayne, I said, where, this is supposed to be the Sunshine State. Where's, really? Should be named the
No.
Storm State.
Yep. Hey, Karen. Natalie said, I want to finish the book. Natalie, you can't finish yet. Aiden Pie. Well, hello, Aiden Pie. Not certain I've met you yet. How are you? Karen said we can use some of that rain. Well, we're going to get some rain.
I'll send it to you. You can have it. All of it.
Hi, Jamie. How are you?
There's
Who else
Gail.
is here? Who?
Gail.
Gail. Okay, there's Gail. Yep. I know my thing jumped again. You know how it does that.
Oh, yeah.
There's Sue. Sue, are you with us from the campground? I think Sue's
Whoa,
camping.
hey, Sue.
She probably needs a break.
Chasing little ones around.
Oh, you didn't get done to chapter 30. Well, you might hear a little bit of spoiler, but
Did a bit.
little bit maybe. Anyhow, well, I got mine done. I had to finish this morning. I just had chapter 30 to read, so I was almost done. So, Melly, you're going to float the river? You're going to make the river float, or you're going to float in the river?
I'm hoping she's going to float in the river.
Not float the river. You know what? For 2 weekends now in a row, Dale and I have talked about going. Look, Brandy, did you get your hair done?
No, I just decided to wear it down.
Now put it in a ponytail today. Yeah, we've been gonna canoe for like 2 weekends in a row, and it's like, no, it's too hot. If I go near the water, I'm not gonna just be on top of the water. If it's that hot. It was 90 today here, folks, so it was warm.
Yeah, see, I'd want to get in the water. Like,
exactly.
That's where I would be.
Exactly. I don't want to just go in a boat on the water. It's that hot. I'd rather go to the water and get in the water. Yeah. Anyhow. Well.
Yeah, Melly, you'll have to send us pics. I want to see pics because I get to live vicariously through all you guys.
That's what you just said. I'll have to send you pics. Look at that. Yeah.
I live vicariously through Mindy's farm videos.
I was going to record some stuff just a minute ago, but I was kind of in a rush. We only had like 5 minutes, and Dale decided that he was going to feed the chickens again. So I was brave. I've been getting brave. As long as I've got a big piece of...
Sorry.
Shit. What was that?
That was the thunder.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Okay.
I told you it's storming here.
Okay. All right. Well, anyhow, I've been getting braver. Right? I've been getting braver at holding out a piece of bread or, something for the chickies. And I was feeding Chuck today. He came up and he was getting some bread. So anyhow, I know bats and owls, right, Natalie? All the time, every night. Every night there's bats and there's owls every night. And then you know what? I am discovering, like, my silly dogs are getting up at like 4 a.m, 4:45, whatever, and it's dark out. And it's like the third time I've let them out when it's dark, and that blue heron is out in the pond. It's dark, and he's out there at the pond. This morning, Tifa was out there barking her fool head off, and the dumb bird's just standing there like, oh, what are you going to do? Nothing. Anyhow, did we come to talk about thunder and animals?
No.
Or Buck?
We got a different kind of animal that we
Look, we lost 2 people already because we're talking about animals.
Oh, no. We're going to talk about animals, but it's a different type of animal.
What kind of animal are we going to talk about?
Well, I mean, I don't know. He was being little Mr. Sly the Fox and Snicky Dicky.
Well, you know what? They keep like not being truthful with her. You know, like using her and putting her in positions and not telling her really what's going on. And I'd be wanting to smack him upside. Well, she does. She wants to smack him upside his head, right?
She does, but at the same time, then she sits back and goes, well, technically you wanted me to see if I could get out of this. Da, 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 da. And he's like, I promise I wouldn't have let anything happen to you. But like, she's like, stop using me. But then at the same time, she's like, okay, just make sure you train me. I want to learn how to fight.
Well, yeah, she does. She wants to learn how to use her powers and be better, but not by being tricked. You know, I'd be pissed off too. Stop it. Just stop it.
I think she's tired of being a plaything, of being coddled, of being tricked, of being, you know, she's like, okay, the game's done. I'm done.
Yeah. Kept it the other palace, you know, where she couldn't do anything. Now she's here and she doesn't know everything. They keep stuff from her. They fool her. They trick her. Right, Karen? Just be honest with her, you know? So I get that if he pisses her off, it gets a certain reaction out of her and it gets things happening, but dang, you know, there's got to be another way besides that.
Well, yeah, but you know, sometimes, like, even if you think back to, you know, our relationships here, maybe your husband's not like mine. I love my husband to death. But there are times that he will purposely piss me off to get a certain reaction to get me to do certain things. And, like, it works. And I'll be like, really? And he's like, hey, look, it worked. And then he'll ask for forgiveness, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, that wouldn't fly around here. I'd be like, I don't think so. So yeah, she's now, you know, what do you think about that letter?
Wow. I was actually, I mean, I knew that she felt like she needed to explain why she wasn't coming, or that she was, or just that she wasn't coming back. I'm curious to see, why did he seal off? Why did Tam seal off everything? Like, is he having a little meltdown? Is it because he misses her, or just because he lost control?
I don't know. Well, he knows where she's at.
Yeah.
He knows where she is. And, you know, maybe he's like, he doesn't trust Rysand. So, no. Now he's just got to protect what he's got there.
Yeah.
If she wanted to come back, or if she wanted to come over, come over for a visit, you know, she knows how to do that. She knows that she could. She knows that he would let her, you know, all that stuff. Anyhow.
Yeah, I think she, after starting to contemplate that Tam didn't really do anything to help her, like, even though she knows that he probably couldn't, but he didn't even try. It's not like, right. That's how she's starting to feel now. Even Lucian risked a whole bunch. And she's starting to realize, especially, oh my God, did you not love that the song that got put into that she got to hear while she was in the prison to help keep her from going crazy was sent to her by Ryson?
I don't know. I'm so torn with him. Like, I'm still like, I don't know what to think about him yet. I just
I know, but I mean, like, he's definitely upping his flirting game, though. I mean,
well, he was talking about licking, they were going to lick each other.
He wanted her to come lick his wounds. I don't remember wounds being in different places, but okay. And she kind of went back a little bit with him, but then she was like, no,
Yeah. I don't know what Tamlin's thinking at this point. I honestly don't think he has any sinister plot. I don't think that. But
I don't think he does either, but I just don't think that he, you know what? Part of me thinks that Tam is so used to being the most powerful being there. And, it's kind of like when you're in a marriage and like usually the man's the breadwinner, right? But then when a woman becomes the breadwinner, it's a little bit for them, it makes them uncomfortable. So, does it make him uncomfortable that it's possible that she has possibly more power?
Maybe a little.
Than he does.
I don't know. Yeah, Natalie, you're talking about Rysand, right? That Rysand thinks he's God's gift to women. Well, I mean, he was a whore, and he had that other chick that tried to,
Woo! She was that.
Right?
That scene was. I was like, dang.
Right. So, and he talks about it. He talks about how he was never married, but he's been with many women because, he's kind of a player, a fairy player, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have a whole lot of trust in him yet. I just don't. I think he's a little too shady, a little too dishonest. He's he's a player. I mean,
I think he is, but I'm starting to feel like that he's got some feelings for her. I mean, I honestly do think that he has, and I think it's a little shocking to him that he's kind of feeling things that he hasn't felt for somebody else before.
This is the second one, Cassandra. The first one we read, and now we're on to the second one.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know.
He's got that little bad boy allure, but he also has this, I don't know, there's some sort of a caring sweetness to Rysand that is not the hold her prisoner because I love you so much that I can't stand for you to see the light of day. Love. His is,
I don't know. It's still a very interesting group that he hangs with. And even what's her name? The chick that now we find drinks blood, whatever that means.
Yeah, we still don't know exactly what she is. I don't think she knows what she is.
So she lied to her as well about the amulet or whatever.
Yeah, but that's kind of like when you gave Dumbo the feather, and told him he could fly. It's more of if she thinks she won't freak out, if she thinks, hey, this is going to guarantee that I'll get out of the prison.
And it wasn't anything except it was jewelry that Rysand had bought for her. What's Rysand doing buying her jewelry? I
know, because I was like, well, is she one of your playthings? Then both of them were like, oh no, And he's like, I just like to keep because she's like his second in command. Am I right? Or she?
Yeah, she's second.
Yeah, she's second in command. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of like, okay, were you trying to woo her maybe, and she turned you down flat? I don't know.
Well, they talked about that. Didn't they try? Didn't he try once or something? I think there was that. Isn't that true?
It might have been.
I think so. I think that way back he thought maybe, but that didn't. No, learned that no, that wasn't going to happen. But anyhow, what do you think of all these interesting places that they're going? Like first there was the bone collector, and they got information from the bone collector,
Yeah.
and now she has to go to the weaver.
She went, to the Weaver. She went to the Weaver, and that one was what was it? It was a test to see if she could sense objects
Yeah.
from them, because that's
Yeah.
how she's going to sense the book.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, if supposedly, how did the Weaver get alerted to her when she was only supposed to touch, and she only touched what was his? So I don't understand. Did he lie?
Of course.
As far as that,
yeah.
to see, could she escape? Because she almost didn't.
Right. I know, right? Until she got pissed off enough, and then she discovered another one of her powers that she could punch the chimney out.
Yeah. But I mean, sometimes it's that maybe he's one of those, throw her in the deep end, see if she can swim. I don't know.
But he's still there. He was nearby, right? I don't know.
But I am surprised with him being as much of a player as he is, because I mean, he let her into his memory of Ianthe trying to seduce him.
Right.
Boy, she would try everything, and he was just like, he wasn't having it. Mm-mm. And I'm you're a player, and she's not ugly, but you get out.
Right.
I read that wrong. I thought I read something else. I was fixing to go. I thought Sean wrote Rise pushes her to expose herself, and then I was like, wait a second, what? No, okay, expand herself.
So remember back a while ago when we thought that her family was going to come into this again?
Yep.
There they are.
There they are.
There they are.
And they tried to, one of them, the oldest, tried to say no. And then now they thought better of it.
Well, she's something else, isn't she? She's just like, but there's going to be sparks. There's going to be sparks.
Okay, so I was going to say, am I the only one that thinks that there's going to be something between her and, was it Cassian?
Oh, totally.
I mean, totally. That's like sexual tension. Things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way they're sparring with each other and all that, and the attitude, and oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was like, there's going to be something there.
Well, that's just like she has said to what's the other dude's name? There's something between Moore and the other dude, right? And he's like, oh no, we've been there. That's water over the bridge, under the bridge, that over that, right?
Yep. Okay, Angie. Bye, Angie.
How you doing, Angie?
Just I can't stay. Still reading the first book.
How far did you get in the first book, Angie? Yes, Azrael. Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Thank
you. So him and Moore, they got a thing, Yeah.
Well, it seems like, is it Azrael that keeps looking after Moore with little pitiful little, when they went off dancing, right? Wasn't it Azrael that was just kind of looking after Moore wistfully,
Yes, oh,
oh my gosh.
So I mean, they're gonna hook up. Let's see, who else is gonna hook up? I don't know. What about Nesta and what's his name there? Nesta and Cassian. Is it Cassian? They gonna hook up?
I'm definitely think they are.
Yeah.
And I think Elaine, I hate that. I think she's going to have a change of heart about who she's marrying, maybe, because
not marry that one dude.
Right, because he's a Harry Fader. He's a very wow. My dyslexia comes out to play.
Everybody needs a hookup for a little sexual healing.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, Natalie's like, I'm getting confused with all the flings. I know you need like a spreadsheet. You got to have a little.
Here's who's talking to Hugh today. Here's who's talking to he so and so.
Yep.
Here's the download. We need a the high school version of the gossip book, the little gossip rag. Who's with who this week?
Almost like a little family tree thing. These two. Okay, here, that's how it's going to go.
Because I'm telling you, I don't think I honestly, as much as I didn't think it was going to completely go this way, but I really honestly think there's going to come a point where her and Rise are going to hang out.
Because they've been slaves for 50 years. There you go. Well, not them people. Azriel and Cassian and all them, they weren't slaves more. None of them were. They were all free to do whatever they wanted for.
Yeah, because they were in a hidden place.
No, they weren't there. Okay, and so then the Ator, is that how you say that? The Ator comes and gets her, right? And like he knew, Rysand knew he was coming and he was going to get her. He knew that, and he let it happen, right? And then he comes in and pounces and grabs the guy or the thing, whatever it is. And then
he knew, but he wasn't going to let her get actually taken. Though he needed to get close enough to grab the Ator to get the information that they needed, or at least as much as they thought they could get.
Well,
that was strategic.
I know. Well, they got information that So again, what she was used as a lure, a pawn, again. Right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, granted, he should have told her, but maybe if she would have known, she would have acted differently, and they wouldn't have, and then it would have tipped the Ator off, and they wouldn't have been able to get him. So sometimes he knew he wasn't going to let her get in any danger. There was nothing that was going to actually happen to her. He knew that. And so sometimes strategically, by not saying something, it kept her from reacting in a different way that tipped him off. Because sometimes they'll do that and cry.
Wouldn't that piss you off?
If you know it's for the greater good,
you'd be pissed off. I'd be pissed off. Stop that. Stop doing that to me. Oh my goodness. But so, correct me if I'm wrong, right, Natalie? I'd be like, you've done this too many times. No, and then he says he's not going to do it anymore. Okay, right. It's like, I hate to say it, but it's like that shady boyfriend or husband or whatever who keeps snaking around and keeps, doing things, and I won't do it again. I won't do it again. And they always do it again. They always do it again. Anyhow, we'll see if he does it again. But am I correct that the information they got showed that the king doesn't have the cauldron?
That's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like that he doesn't have what everybody thinks that he's got.
Right.
But at the same time, if he didn't have the cauldron, though, why would he need her? Is he needing her to find the cauldron? Is that what he's trying to? Because there's some reason. I don't understand why the king didn't tell the Ator what reason they unless
why
the
Ator really want her.
Well, no, I think the king wants her, but I don't think the king maybe really knows exactly. I don't know. It's weird because he has to know about her power if he wants her, right? I mean, why else?
I would think so.
Send for her.
Yeah. He must know that she's powerful.
And that's but maybe he doesn't know how powerful.
Right. Right. Sean, you're right. There aren't going to be people around all the time, but they keep, I think what they've started doing now with the actual training, that just blatant, we're training, instead of this behind your back training. You know what I mean?
I think she took Rise for a little ride when she winnowed and stopped him. He's like, what? It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, he said to her like the next day or something, he was like, okay, you know what? I'm feeling that. That hurt, right? Ow.
Be like, yep.
Well,
And
stop
she
being a
doesn't even have
dirtbag.
control over it yet. Just wait till she
No,
has control.
right. I would have looked at him and said, served you right. Right? That would have been me. Served you right. Shouldn't have done that.
Oh, Angie.
Angie's lost again. I know. Hybrid. Oh, you think he does have? Was it okay? So it was the book. Is that what somebody said? It's the book he doesn't have. He
Well,
has.
remember the book's in
Well,
two
we know he
halves.
doesn't have the book because that's like two different places or something, right?
Yeah, it's in the mortal queen's
Right.
realm and one in the fairy realm. So
I'm lost. I'm lost with the mortal queens. I don't know who the hell the mortal queens are. All I know is that they went to her house and what I got lost there. What did they have to go to her house in the mortal world for?
well, I think they just needed a base of operations in the mortal world so that when they get the mortal queen, maybe they have a.
So who are they? Who's
place.
the mortal queens?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that one out too, because
I don't know who that is. That
because it
whole
seems
part,
like it's in the medieval time, so maybe there's a
Oh.
queen.
I don't know. That part's confusing to me. Yeah, and they sent the letter to the queens. I'm like, who are they? I don't understand their role at this point.
I'm
We'll be
hoping
lost together, Angie. There you go.
I think it'll get cleared up within the next
I
couple.
hope so, because it's kind of confusing right now. Anyhow. Oh boy. Well, I did look ahead and figure out our next chapter to get to.
Okay.
Let's see. Through chapter 41.
41.
Yep, 41.
So basically, we're reading 31 through 41. Don't read 42.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
And that takes us almost another 100 pages. Pretty close.
Okay.
And I read the last couple paragraphs. It's not very exciting.
Oh, we didn't have a great cliffhanger on that one because
No, not really. It says, I understood why Rise could not endure Nesta for more than a few moments. So you see Nesta, we're back with Nesta again, right? Yep. Why he could not let go of the anger where her failings were concerned, even if I had. Because Nesta, he's mad at Nesta because he let her, but he shouldn't be mad at Nesta for not doing what she should have done as the oldest daughter, because the fact that she didn't is what put her in the position that she was in to go out and learn the stuff that she's learned. And if Nesta would have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Nesta wouldn't have done that.
That's why she has this strength of character that she does now.
Exactly. It's because Nesta was a slacker and she had to step up, right? So anyhow, now here's Baron. I don't know who Baron is. Baron's fire began crackling in my veins. My fire, not his son's either. I took Rise's hand and his thumb brushed against the back of my palm. I tried not to think about the ease of that stroke as I said in a hard, calm voice that I barely recognized, tell me what I need to do tomorrow. Now we're going to throw somebody else in here, whoever Baron is. Oh, the father of Lucian.
I'm kind of curious. Is Baron maybe the High Lord that gave her that whatever power of the fire in the veins?
I don't know. But Rysand doesn't even know which lord is responsible for each of the powers she's getting. He knows some, but he doesn't know all of them.
Yummy hand rub. Karen says it's the father of Lucian.
That's what I saw that. Yeah, maybe. That might be true.
Yummy hand rub.
What?
When he rubbed the palm of her hand and it was an ease. So like, are we going to have a little bit more?
The ease of the stroke.
Mm-hmm. Like, are we going to get some emotions going here?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Tamlin and his court to come back into play in this book, because I bet they do.
I am too, because I don't see Tamlin sitting there licking his wounds the whole time.
No.
But he
Yummy
really,
hand rub.
he really has to get a hold of his temper, especially if he plans on trying to win her back. If he truly does love her, because that temper.
Well, I know. I think he's been more honest with her, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can be honest and still be emotionally. Well, you could be emotionally abusive and be honest. I'm honestly telling you that I don't think that you need to go outside. I think you need to play little housemaid. You need to sit here and you need to be happy with your little paints and your finery. You just see a woman's place. See, that's how I feel like a woman's place.
A woman's place is in the okay.
Barefoot and pregnant. You don't need to worry about nothing else.
Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, the title of the book is A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I looked ahead. There's a part 3. I don't know. When did we have part 2? Where did part 2 start? There was a part 2 and a part 1 and a part 2 somewhere. I don't remember seeing part 2, but we're coming up onto part 3 pretty soon. And part 3, the little subtitle is The House of Mist.
I want to say part 2 was in this
part 2
reading here, like at the beginning, like a couple of chapters.
Brand new cows.
Oh, we got cows?
6.
Oh,
We got new cows next door. He said he was going to get some new cows. I guess he did. I don't know where part 2 started.
I could have swore it started at chapter 1 or 2 that we just read this past time.
Did it say part 2?
I could have swore it did, but I may have been. I may have been my other book I'm reading. I'm not sure.
Now I'm looking. Now you got me looking, because I'm like.
Because I could have swore that was where it said something about part 2, but.
I think Tam is a spoiled brat. Yeah.
Tam had no problem putting her life in F. In F? What's F?
Well, I know what F normally means, but I don't see where it says part 2. What the heck? It would be at one of the chapter breaks, and I just here it is. Here it is. Okay. Oh, the House of Wind.
Oh yeah,
the House of Wind. When he took her to his home.
Yes.
That was part 2. And then part 3 is the House of Mist. So the first part must be the Fury. No, the House of Beasts. Part 1 was the House of Beasts. Part 2 is the House of Wind. And part 3 is the House of Mist. Uh-huh. Yeah, I found it, Karen. Yeah.
Look what Sean said.
Danger as a powerless human. As soon as she has power, he had to control her. Oh, well. I guess this is where we got the discrepancies going, and it'll all get cleared up at some point.
Yep. See, here's where you still have, are you team Tam? Are you team Rice? And I don't know, I'm leaning toward team Rice, right now, because, Tamlin just makes me think of that abusive man who he's doing it for, because they always say, I'm doing it for your own protection. I'm chaining you up to this radiator for your own protection.
Chained up to a radiator? Okay.
That was a movie. Sorry.
I was my God, where'd that come from?
Yeah, I was like, it was a movie, and he chained her to a radiator for her own good.
For her own good. Okay. All right. Well, Sean's with you, man. Yep. You guys are all team Rice Hand. Anybody else still team Tamlin? Anybody else still team Tamlin?
How many are team not decided yet?
Team not decided yet. There you go. Okay, well, we need more info, more intel. That's what we need. I think she's got to go back to him now. After she has started to learn her powers and stuff, and see what he does.
So too, because if she can master her powers, and then be able to go back to Tam, then if he tried to control her again, like she'd be able to be like, no, look, see, I've mastered this, and like scared the crap out of him. Then we'll see what he's really made of. Because then will he think of her as a threat, or will he accept her as her?
Well,
you see,
I mean,
don't you also think it's weird?
I think
Tam
in
has
most
no female. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was trying to say, Tam has no female people in his fighting courts, whereas Rysand does. So, Rysand doesn't look at, well, you're female, so you're not worthy. You can't fight. And Tam is like, no, and so I kind of would be interested to see that, how that plays out if she goes back to see him. But I think she needs to wait till she's got some control.
And so my thought is also relationships change. And their relationship, her and Tamlin, started as one thing. And it's like she got educated. Okay, so say, like in my relationship, I had a certain job, and then I went back to school and I got educated and I got more, and I grew where he didn't, right? And that relationship would need to evolve to accept that, and
But
change.
when they can't accept it, and they can't accept the change, then it's like, nope.
Right. So that's why I think we need to see her with him again and see what he does now that she's, maybe she's just off to college right now, getting her education.
She's starting to learn who she is.
I don't know. Oh, we'll see. We shall see. Anyhow. All right. I better get off the phone. I just said I have to get off the phone.
Well, technically, you are on your phone.
Yeah. No, I'm not, actually.
No, you're on your computer. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I'm on my, But it's getting windy here. And guess what? It's our turn now for that rain and thunder and stuff. So
that big old thunder. Hope you don't have one like I just had. I didn't mean to scream at y'all. It just scared me. I was like, whoa.
I jumped. When I jumped, I was like, what?
It got me good.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. Wondering where my mom's at, because I thought they were on their way here, but we'll see. I guess I'll give her a call. All right. Everybody knows what they're reading through, right? 31 to 41. 31 to 41. Know what I said?
Don't read 42. That's right.
That's right. And don't read the rest of the book. Whoever said that.
That's right.
Probably Natalie. Natalie said you want to read the rest. Don't read the rest of the book, Natalie. Don't do it. All right. See you next week. All right.
All right.
Go team whoever. See you guys.